Hello folks, today I'm back. I want to talk to you about an old rifle. This right here. This is the Colt Lightning. It's a slide action rifle. These things are really old. They haven't made them since 1904. They were produced from 1884 to 1904. Very old, very good rifles. They're not that many of them made, so they're very collectible. They're real antiques. Let's get a good look at it up close. See the wood. It's in the barrel. It's got a lot of patina. It's never been refinished, never had anything done to it. This rifle's been around in our family since before I was born. I don't know exactly when my dad got the rifle or where he got it, but I'm glad that he did. I've got it. This is the first rifle I ever used to deer hunt with. This thing is chambered in the 32-20. 32-20 is a pistol caliber. It's an old black powder cartridge. It's a 32-20, it's 115 grains. It's a black powder cartridge. They don't make these in the new powders because they're the guns that they shoot in, the chambers couldn't hold the pressure. That's what they look like. It's a pretty good little old rifle pistol cartridge. They say that ballistically, the 32-20 is kind of similar to 357 Magnum, which, being as though it's chambered or made with black powder, and it's considerably smaller. I find that hard to believe, but that's what I've been reading about them. It's essentially a small game cartridge, but it's been used a lot for deer and all kinds of varmints and stuff like that through the years. But it's not a true 32 caliber. Typically, with a mic, you'll read about .311, a little higher. They're kind of vary. So it's called a 32 caliber. It's actually written on the top right here. I don't know if you can see it. Right here on the barrel. It says 32 caliber right there. But it's a 32-20 is what it shoots. And anyway, this gun was originally designed by a dentist. His name was Dr. William Elliott. And the gun was carried by a lot of lawmen. San Francisco Police Department ordered 400 of these things, and they used them for several years. And you got probably the most famous one you'll ever hear or see was on the Clint Eastwood movie For a Few Dollars More. Lee Van Cleef actually used this rifle. And Colt made this rifle to compete with Remington and a couple other people who started making the slide actions, or as we would call them today, pump action rifles. And they didn't make a whole lot of them. The other guys pretty much had the rifle market sewn up, and Colt was making pistols mostly. And they had several pistols. As a matter of fact, they've got a pistol that was named the Lightning, that they would chamber them in the same pistol cartridges that they chambered these rifles in. And that way, these guys could have a rifle and a pistol chambered in the same caliber, and they would only have to carry one type of ammunition when they was out on the range on their horse or their wagon or whatever they were using at the time. But these things are highly collectible, and this thing still works. action was a little stiff, but it still works pretty good. We're going to take it out here today and we're going to shoot it in just a few minutes. But this particular gun, the manufacturer date, going by the serial number on this thing, was 1888. That makes this gun 129 years old today. And I've not shot this thing in many years, but I've got some right here, and we're going to load it up and we're going to take it out and we're going to shoot it. It's got this loading gate right here that you load it with. You have to have this thing cocked back to actually access the loading gate on these old rifles. You close it up, the loading gate will not open. So you actually, it's kind of odd to me that you have to have it open to load, but that's the way it was. So I'm going to load up a few, and then we'll take it out. We'll see how this thing does. I'm not even going to attempt to see what it does as far as like accuracy. I'm just going to fire a few rounds in it. There's 2, 3, 4. It's getting hung up in there on the loading gate. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put 5 and we'll see what happens with that. Okay, we got 5 in there. Close it back up. Let the hammer down. We'll take it out and we'll see what happens with it. And about the ammunition, I had to special order this ammunition. We only had a few rounds with it, and I used those up when I was a kid. This gun, I mentioned that I took it deer hunting. I was probably 10 years old, and I didn't really have a deer hunting rifle that I could go out and deer hunt with my dad. But he had a Remington 280, and we had this old gun sitting in there, and it being a 32-20, he said, that's got enough to take down a deer at close range. He said, you carry this. So I loaded it up, and I carried it, and we shot it several times. We shot what ammo we had up. And I actually have, since I bought this ammo a couple of years ago, I just fired 2 rounds in it just to make sure it was still fire. And it went good. So I'm going to take it out and let you guys see it shoot. And this gun was not only made in the 32-20, it was originally chambered in the 44-40, but they also made it in a 38-40, the 32-20, and a 50-95, as well as the 22 shorts. So there are several different chamberings that was offered in this rifle. But finding one of these today, if you ever find one, I would suggest you to get it. If you can find it for less than $3 grand, I would suggest to buy it. If you can, because most likely it's worth around 5 or a little more. It depends. If it's been refinished, probably not worth as much. But these little rifles, we'll see what the thing will do here in just a minute. I want to load her up. And here we go. Did you hear that? These sights are still on. That's 40 yards, right on the 8-inch plate. You can see right here I'm having some issues with the chambering properly, but it's going in there. This one don't want to go. Don't want to pop up like it's supposed to. There we go. The old it don't cycle like it should, but it's getting in there. All right, that's it. The Colt Lightning slide action rifle still works, sort of. I fired 5 rounds to this thing, and I've had some difficulties with the loading ramp popping up properly. It would either pop up too high or too low. So, but I was still able to fire 5 rounds. I just had to mess with it to get it to load. So, as a 129-year-old gun, you can expect some little issues like that, but I was surprised to see the sights were still halfway decent. If I held about 12 o'clock on an 8-inch blade, I'd hit it. And so that was surprising. But I don't think, as far as I know, those sights have never really been adjusted. But good gracious, I just want you to know, the smell of black powder, I love it. Anyway, you folks have a good day, and if you like my videos, like them. If you want to, subscribe to my channel. Thanks much. Have a good day.